up, fellas? Figured I'd make a video for you guys so that you know what the hell is going on around here. It's been a while I haven't posted. My racing simulator, my car simulator is completed. I've got my full 3D DOF plus the Surge setup. Everything's been set. I've been playing with it. Haven't had to replace much parts. Actually, I only had to fix one motor, and that was only after 3 months of playing hard with it. So it's pretty good. So I figured that let you guys know what my next project is, because reality is I need a project to keep my mind busy, otherwise I'm gonna go nuts. I figured, what is something I really love to do? Well, I love to build stuff. I love to keep my mind busy again, so I don't go nuts. Otherwise, I'm just dwelling. What other thing do I love? I love riding my motorcycle, which I loved riding my motorcycle. I sold my Daytona 675 this morning, which sucks because I really love the bike, but unfortunately it was just too narrow for me. But either way, it got me thinking, during the winter time I can't ride, right? And that on itself is really depressing me, because I use riding as a form of therapy because it clears my mind. So what do you do then? Well, fuck, I'm just gonna make a motorcycle simulator. I'm gonna make a GP bike simulator. And I know that I can because SimTools has some motion for some of the bike games, which means right there is a good start. So yeah, why not? I mean, fuck. I've learned a lot making my driving simulator, so there's nothing stopping me from making a motorcycle simulator. I've looked at a few models on how they make them. So the professional ones basically just use an entire bike and move the entire motorcycle back and forth, but I'm not gonna do that because one, I don't have the space. Two, I'm not gonna buy an entire bike just to do that. But now you're aware of what the next project is. But I figured that I would keep you guys in the loop about what I was doing, so that if you do want to build your own motorcycle simulator or driving simulator, you know where to start, where to go, how to build it. I figured it'd be good. I'll make it in like just something. Sorry, I'm just, my mind isn't there, but I'll just put it on YouTube in a series so that you guys can follow me along as I build it, and I can show you where I'm buying the parts and how I'm processing all that, how I'm thinking. But basically the biggest question when it comes to all that is, do you go with a DC motor or do you go with AC motors, right? Because here's the thing, is that DC motors are great. DC motors are cheap. Sorry. I already have DC motors here that I could use. But the main thing is that it's a different software. If I'm using DC motors, I gotta install SMC3, which is fine. SMC3 is not bad, but it doesn't work the same as the AC motors. The AC motors work on, they call it torque mode. So basically it just gets the point and it just guns for it. And when it gets close to that point, it slows down. But basically it's just tying it like, go as hard as you can to that position. And that's what torque mode is, whereas the SMC3 work on a PID loop. PID loop is something that basically most, well not most, but a lot of electronics use that. Even your oven actually uses a PID loop to warm up, right? And then let you know when you're actually warmed up. The oven is, let's say, warmed up at 400 degrees, right? Well, it's a PID loop that controls that. So it's the, which is great because you can change all that. You can really set it up perfect, but there's other problems that come with it. And personally, here's the thing. the DC motors just won't hold as much weight, right? Even if you have the levers and you have all that, you have to do all kinds of other things to be able to make it hold all of the weight, especially if it's heavy. If I had DC motors on what I have right now, it's too heavy. When I'm sitting in my rig, it's like 300 pounds, 400 pounds. And the DC, in my AC motors, only one of them can push the entire rig. That DC motor, it wouldn't push the entire rig. It's too heavy. So that's the choice. Do I go with a DC motor or do I go with an AC motor? I actually did the reason why. I just, you know, when you do like why you want this and why you shouldn't get this, I did the same thing basically, right? So here, let me turn the camera. In fact, let me see. All right. Sorry, I'm not very good with this. Yeah, I made a list like this, right? Just makes it a lot easier for me to actually follow along. But basically, AC motors are what I love. Torque mode is awesome. And after you've tasted an AC motor, you just can't go to a DC motor. There's just no way around it. But the thing is that an AC motor is like $400 these days, man. $400 or $500 is fucking insane. So like, just 4 motors for a rig is like $2,000. Fuck, man. But I want AC motors. I think I'm not gonna be satisfied if I use the DC motor. I love having the DC motors. I can use them for other things, but yeah, I mean, I could even use them for like something. But either way. But I did make a list. Like, reason not to get it is that the AC motors are very expensive again, right? The DC motors are cheap as fuck. It takes time before they get delivered, right? They're from China, whereas my DC motors already have them here. I said still running on 110 volts. Realistically, those AC... Sorry, my computer turned off and I can hear it now. Basically, because the AC motors are meant to go on 220 volts, but if you do some magic in there in the settings, you can get them to work on 110, but which is another thing too. One motor pushes the entire rig at half the voltage that it needs, so keep that in mind. And yeah, it takes a lot of space because that means I'm gonna have more motors again, right? I have like motors coming out of my ass all over the place over here. I mean, they'll be useful one day, right? As far as the reason why I should get the AC motors, I said, because I can afford them. They're expensive, but the reality is I can afford them if I want to buy them. I like AC setup much more because, again, because of the torque mode. I can use them to build a flying simulator. That's another thing too. If for whatever reason something goes and I don't like the bike simulator, I can use those motor, make a flying rig, or I can use those motor and make a hexapod. I can make all kinds of crazy shit, right? That's another thing too. Mixing the DC, the AC is having more AC motors means I get my mind busy. Not that, again, and oh, the last part. I don't give a fuck about how much they cost. I'm probably still gonna get them anyways. I don't know which one's gonna be the more expensive. I'm almost approaching my 10 minutes there. I don't want to pass that. But either way, now you have an idea of what I'm trying to do. That's gonna be my project for this year, basically, right? I do have the basics on how I'm gonna do it, but I think I'm gonna keep that for the next video. Actually, the first video of the series, the next one, we're gonna order those motors together. I'll show you where I go and how I know it's trusted and all that, okay? But yeah, I don't want to pass the 10-minute marks, so I do really appreciate your time. It's 10 minutes, I know. Thank you for giving it to me. I really appreciate it. And until the next video, see ya.